I'm Superantonio. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Happy Saturday. How are you? How was your week? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. J-Lash with the thumbs ups. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you being here early, and I always look forward to seeing your thumbs ups. We are joined once more by Sadie, our channel dog, the channel dog and co-host.
Sure do, Phelps.
We are finishing up on.
He's wearing gloves and doing his best not
What's
to
the name of this mission
Can you
again?
beat that? Sounds like we don't want to keep this guy
The
waiting.
Consul's car,
This way.
and we're gonna interview the Argentinian consulate general. His name is Juan Francisco Valdez. David is here. David, greetings. David says there he is. Greetings, David. I hope you're having a good weekend.
I'm Detective Phelps.
Thanks for being here early. Appreciate you,
Have you
friend.
any idea how long I've been waiting to speak with you? I am needed back at the consulate.
Juan
You keep
Francisco
here.
Valdez is a.
All right, friend. Let's take a deep breath and start.
He's not a ladies'
Mr.
man,
Valdez.
Consul
if
General.
you know what I mean.
I insist on my full title.
He's more of a.
Where did you purchase the car?
Well, I'm
My
sure him
secretary
and
and driver
Bill
arranged
Williamson
the
would have
purchase.
gotten along quite
A
well.
disreputable place, Dewey Brothers by name. As soon as I can have it arranged, I will have my Hispano Suiza brought up from Buenos Aires.
I like his gloves. Tony Vasquez is back. Greetings, Tony.
Bought a Packard,
Thanks for being here.
Valdez. A snob
Happy
like you doesn't drive
Saturday.
an American car. I want answers or I'll smack you around the teeth.
David says coffee
William Dewey
maker.
offered
Yeah,
me a
Juan Valdez.
substantial bribe
The only
to
real
purchase
trivia
this
from
estate.
this mission,
It is
there's a
not
lot of
unusual
glitches.
to make this kind of transaction.
In game, the consulate general
Tell
of
that to the Argentine
Argentina's
taxpayers.
address is the same as in
Consul
real
General,
life.
we have
I
located
thought
your
that was
car.
interesting.
Can you tell us how it was stolen?
This case is not
It must have been stolen
this
from the
case is
consular
not based on
garage.
any real life
Terribly
case.
inconvenient.
Tony says this is a
I
great
want the
interrogation.
perpetrator sound.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, Tony, that
Unfortunately, we don't do that here, Your
the
Worship.
consulate general Juan Valdez
You
is
have a pretty
is
good
not
idea
a
who stole the car, don't you, Consul
he's
General?
not a
Are you
ladies'
gonna
man.
tell me, or do I shake it out of you?
He's a different kind
There's
of
no
man.
call for violence. I suspect a disgruntled boy from the car dealership.
But all the
You have a name for this kid?
interrogations are good.
Gabriel. Like the
One
archangel.
thing I noticed, though, however,
no
is
certainty.
none of these guys would have been wearing their hats indoors.
Tell us
That
about
was
this kid, Gabriel.
that was the height
You
of
had a
impoliteness.
run-in
You know,
with him?
gentlemen
I
always
tell you,
took your hats off
The
indoors.
presumptuous young man
only
who
wore
did
'em
not know
outdoors.
his place.
So that's
He
one
presumed to ask
incongruity.
me
But
questions.
that's
We do a
okay. I
lot
mean,
of
the
presuming
hats
here
are
in the
so
United
iconic
States,
to the
Consul
time
General.
period.
It comes with the turf.
You don't wear them while you're
You fuck
eating,
young boys, Valdez.
and
Are
you
you a
certainly
madman?
don't wear them indoors.
This will cause an
And you take them
international
off if you are
incident.
speaking to a lady.
Danny, Ben, Miguel, Tristan, and Teddy. Full lips.
David, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better?
I'm sure
Are
we
you
can come to
recovering?
some
Have you heard from our
arrangement.
girl down under?
Gabriel, spill it.
A beautiful but impertinent boy. I
After
mentioned
this, we
rendezvous
have
and
to
the
do
young
the
man went
race.
quite insane. I thought he was going to kill me.
David says
I
Dragnet
was prepared
slash
to
Adam
wait.
12.
Be
Dragnet
in
was about
touch,
10 years later.
Consul
I mean, chronologically. And Adam 12, I believe, was in the 60s or 70s.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot.
Okay, now we do the race. I wish we had a better car. David says getting better and feeling better. That's good news, friend. That is good news. Never really learned how to brake in this game. I'm sure it's like R1 or L1 or something like that, but I just didn't bother, and I finished it today. David says both
Open
Jack
your
Webb. Oh, I
eyes!
had no idea.
I think you're doing this on purpose.
I like the ending. I still think they should have moved Homicide to last, but I understand that the story arc, building the freeway. Interesting though, Leyland Monroe is played by John Noble, Denethor from Lord of the Rings. Walter Bishop from Fringe, and Moreland Holmes from Elementary. He's got a very distinctive voice. I believe he's New Zealander or Australian, but he's doing he does an American accent really well. Very sonorous voice, very commanding. Made a good bad guy. He's had an interesting career. And Jack, or rather Cole, as always, is loosely following the traffic rules. Doesn't think they apply to him as a member of LAPD. It occurred to me after I finished the game, I might do this on one of the replays, is exactly how much damage can we do to the city? Like, can we get to $1 million in damage? Or is the game gonna, like, DQ us? So I think we're going to replay a mission and just drive around and smash everything that we can possibly smash. And then do the mission so we can see how much we tallied up. I think that would make a fun video. Also, I wish I knew someone who knew LA, lives in LA, and is familiar with the landmarks here and you know, modern LA, and could tell us if this is anything like LA. I mean, are the streets, does the map correspond? I know, you know, I've heard of the La Brea tar pits, and but is this a fictionalized version of LA? How accurate is it geographically? Is my question. And we do get to see the Hollywood sign. It says Hollywood Land. I imagine we could free roam up there. That might be worth doing. I saved all the side missions. I didn't do them. I just ran through story mode. But I finished this morning, which is good because I had to do a Marriage Made in Heaven again. I was missing half of it. And so we'll see a Marriage Made in Heaven tonight. And also a little bit like the first half of A Slip of the Tongue. The lovely senorita flagging us on our way.
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance at 1st and Santa Fe.
They're supposed to knock out all
Reports of an
these
illegal
cars,
street
which
race.
I didn't know at the
Stay on
time.
Delgado. You start it, I'll finish it. He's getting away. Step on it, Phelps. Take him out.
That car is very agile. The car chases in this game are very challenging.
Delgado
More
is our
challenging than
boy.
you would
Forget
think.
the others.
But the turn coming up here is a pain.
Gonna lose him.
And if you don't take it, you pretty much lose him. Let's try that again, shall we? The Brown Derby, I've heard of that restaurant. Old Hollywood hangout.
There's the red Ford. That's Delgado right there.
Gabriel Delgado. David says, let Serena drive.
Phelps, 1247. Requesting assistance
Yes,
at 1st and Santa Fe.
Her
Reports
Cole
of
and
an
my
illegal
Cole
street race.
went to the same driving school.
Stay on Delgado.
How's Chrissy? How's your lovely wife? David? Hope she's well. Give her my love. Give her the stream's love.
Delgado is our boy. Forget the others.
Getting away.
David says, I'm about 60 miles south of LA. Been there a few times. I thought you were closer to San Fran because of the 49ers. David says, she is well, she's making dinner. What's for dinner, David? I had a steak and egg sandwich. It was delicious.
Step on it, Phelps. Take him out.
And I'm off to the Cheesecake Factory tomorrow for lunch. Family stuff. David says 49ers because of my dad. So, do you know LA well enough to accurately comment on the geography of this game?
Cole, hold it steady.
I mean, I know, like, this is the LA River, and I know that because Greece was from here. But I couldn't tell you. I mean,
Gabriel Delgado, you're under arrest for Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
Fuck you, puto. You just be
Interesting because this case is just, you know, it's traffic, it's cars. And the next case and the case after that one, I
You
believe,
got a foreign dignitary
all
out as
involve,
a fruit and a kitty raper, a car dealer we're gonna let slide
cancellations.
for the kickbacks, and a street punk car thief who sure as hell won't be taking liberties with other people's autos again anytime soon. That Detective Phelps is not a bad
Callum
haul.
says, hey guys,
Keep your
sorry
chin
I'm
low
late.
and
You're
hands
never
high. You
late.
keep bringing me clearances
You're
just
an
like
Irishman
that.
is always on
That's
time.
textbook policing, and we need
Callum.
more of it in this department.
If I can paraphrase Gandalf. And interestingly enough, a slip of the tongue, the last mission, the last case that we were going to investigate tonight was a pre-order bonus. It's like I've got like the deluxe edition, and so it's got all the DLCs, all the pre-order bonuses, and we just play them like without knowing. Callum says, "Hey, Big D, good to see you, friend," and David says, "Big C." Yes, Callum, we are back in Los Angeles, LA Noire, Black Los Angeles. A marriage made in heaven. This lady is cute. Lorna, she's a dame though. Can't trust her. And Shannon, the witness here, has a really pretty accent. Kansas.
All right, gentlemen, I just got this handed to me. A hit-and-run felony at Ray's Cafe, 208 North Los Angeles. Got a
Note the
patrolman
pocket
on site,
square
the coroner's
and
on his way.
tie
Get
clip.
down there, see if you can find any witnesses who can put a make on the car.
I heard that police now, if they wear ties, they are always clip-ons, so you can't like grab them by the tie and strangle them.
Mouthpiece torch strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out.
But I would assume these are not clip-on ties.
That's the cop from the newspapers. Still confessed.
So this one's super fresh. This mission, I redid it this morning for this stream. You would think I'd drive better. I drive slightly better by the end of the game, but I'm still.
Looks like the DA is going to press charges.
Now I'm like deliberately
And Rodriguez
hitting
might take
things,
time.
but
I'll speak to the DA. She suffered enough.
it's still
I
cold,
don't
you
know,
know.
Cole. She's an easy make, and the DA likes convictions.
Ah, you're gonna kill someone!
I'll convince him to let it go.
Can we try to get there in one piece?
I like smashing into the cutscene. That's what I call it. Sadie had her bath tonight. Calum says, had to be here for the LA Noire stream. It's just too good. And Sadie is looking cute as always. She's cute and soft and fresh smelling.
Detectives, over here.
Cole Phelps.
She was smelling a little
What have we got?
horsey. She smells a little
Because
horsey
a
by
white
the end of the
male
week.
named Lester
Not
Patterson
stinky,
walked
just
out of the
horsey.
barn into the street,
Odog says,
parked
I'm
over
here
there, and
just to
ended up
greasy
here. Right on
fingers.
impact.
Talk to you later. Greetings, Odog.
Canvass the area.
Welcome,
The only
friend.
one with
Happy
anything useful to
Saturday.
contribute
Hope
is the
you're
young lady
enjoying your
over
night.
there. She lives above
I
the
hope you're
bar.
enjoying your
Shannon
dinner.
Perry.
David, what's for dinner?
It's not a stage name.
I had a
24
steak
years
sandwich
old, she left Kansas to follow the yellow brick road.
on
that
ciabatta
We'll
bread.
take a formal statement later. Right now, we're going to take a look around.
Which is just like an Italian,
Phelps?
chewy.
You should take a look at
It
the
might be
body.
sourdough,
Poor guy didn't
but
stand a
it was
chance.
good. Calum says, "Good to see you, Odog. Glad you are
Landed on his
here.
face and ended up here. Car must have struck
Let's
him from
investigate." David says tostadas and Odog is having Popeyes. Popeyes fried chicken. I don't know if they have Popeyes in Ireland, Callum. I don't know what the equivalent would be.
behind. Patterson has life insurance.
Oh, did you notice the thumbnail? I found the perfect font for the LA Noire Live thumbnails. It's called Futura, and it's time correct.
Notify next of kin.
Period correct is what I'm trying to say. If you're a font nerd, like I am,
What have you got on the victim?
From all reports, he was intoxicated at the time of the accident. I'll know how intoxicated once I've done the autopsy.
yes, it is a
Looking him over
geometric
now,
sans
I'd say he
serif
died on
typeface, released
What
in
about the chest?
1927,
Isn't that
similar to the Bauhaus design
Very
style
common
of
in
the
auto
period.
industries. Look for a car with a prominent hood ornament. Those things are killers.
Calum says, I tried Popeyes in Vegas a few years ago.
Careful where you
Wasn't the
step,
best,
Phelps.
as I think
I don't come
we
down to
got
the
some
station
before
house and
closing
tap dancing
time.
at the desk.
Callum's been to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I bet you had fun.
A knife covered in blood.
Could be a steak knife. This is a hit and run case, Phelps. Anyone could have thrown away a kitchen knife.
In any case, we'll want tech services to scrub the alleyway before they bag the knife.
You got a stabby, pointy thing. That's important. Knock out all these clues. Callum says Wahlburger was really
Body
good, though I
traveled a
don't
good
think
20
it's
feet.
in many states, but it was very enjoyable. But big portions. Yes, welcome to America, Callum. We have big portions, and we are
Blood is a
darn
long
proud
way
of
from
it.
the body. Car must have been gone
I can
like a bat
usually
out of
get
hell.
3 meals out of an American restaurant serving. So I'll eat like 1/3 there,
So the
and then I'll
driver
take the
managed
rest
to brake
home, and I can
before the
usually
impact.
like cut that in half and get 2 meals out of it. David says, going on Tuesday for a convention. Well, think of Callum while you were there. Are you going to? Well, you're not going to, but Callum, there's a restaurant, forgive me, David, called the Heart Attack Grill.
Miss Perry?
And if you're over 350
Detective Phelps.
pounds,
This is
you
my
eat
partner,
free.
Detective Bukowski.
So you should go there, Callum, when you go to Vegas. This girl's really
Can you
cute. I
tell
love
us
her
what happened?
accent.
Well,
Shannon
came to the
is her
window
name in
because
game.
I heard people
I like her
arguing
little
downstairs.
her little scarf.
Then what happened?
She's supposed to be
I saw a
from
car hit
Kansas.
That poor man and knock him down the street.
She wants to be a movie star.
What kind
Callum
of
says,
car
yeah,
was it?
Vegas was really fun. Hope I can
dark
go
red
again once
Lincoln
I'm 21
Continental.
and recreate Hangover 1.
Did you see the license plate?
Well, interestingly
Only the
enough,
first 3 letters, I'm
Callum,
afraid.
I've got
3C8.
I've got many
Tell me more about the argument you heard.
many
Well, there were two
relatives.
Man and a
I'm
woman.
thinking of
That's
one
all.
aunt, one uncle, and a
Why are you
cousin.
holding out on us, Miss Perry?
No, two cousins strike
I'm
that.
sorry. I
And
was
this is
hoping
on
to
either
look
side of the
forward to
family.
newspapers.
Um,
I'd like to get my
that
picture
are
in the paper.
professional
Trying to
gamblers
find work as an
and
actress
and
things
go to
look pretty
Vegas quite
difficult.
often.
Cough it up, sister. We don't have all night.
What's that
People
about?
arguing? They
Yeah,
were
Asians,
husband and wife.
you know,
I
it's
could
not
tell
a
by what she was yelling.
it is a stereotype, but
Very
stereotypes are
embarrassing old
true. Asians do like to gamble. I don't like to gamble personally,
Thank you, Miss Perry. Your
but I do
information
day
has been very
trade,
helpful.
and
You can go now.
a lot of people might think
You
that's the
really
same
think
thing.
so?
But
I
one
hope
of
you
my
find that driver and put him
so I'm
away.
thinking of this aunt in particular who is not a whale. If you know
Certainly
what a
got away
whale
with
is, a
dames,
big
Phelps.
spender at the casino.
Give it a rest.
She is a moderate spender, but
See what
she
the
has a
patrons have to
friend
say.
who is a whale
I'll take the
who
bartender.
gets flown in.
You work
They
the
will
rest
like
of the room.
they'll fly her in free. And this aunt of mine lives in Los Angeles, so she will meet her in Las Vegas because they will comp her. They'll comp a suite for my aunt's friend. So she, and she gets all her meals comps for her and her friends.
Have a seat.
And
Thanks.
and
How are
one
you
time
finding working
when
at
she
the
was there, because this lady, the friend of hers, will easily spend
Are you sure?
like
Can I be
6
honest?
figures
I would hope so.
on the casino.
I was hoping that the therapy would be more.
But one time, my auntie said that
Unfortunately, be
she
very
had like 6 friends with her, and all of her friends
Many of them have been for years.
got $5,000
In the past,
in cash
people were condemned
for walking around
homes.
money.
We can
That was just like a bonus. Oh, and here's some cash for you to spend in the casino on whatever you want. And they got a bunch of chips as well.
Do I detect a hint of reproach, Courtney?
Calum
I was
says,
expecting more, Doctor.
I remember watching a video of an Asian guy and he got kicked out of a casino because he was making too much money in a few hours. And hopefully it doesn't sound racist, but Asians are very good when it comes to gambling. Yeah, it's weird. It's not a cliche. It's completely true in my experience as both an Asian and just in my family. It's so weird.
What may on the surface
It's an
appear
odd
to be
coincidence.
illegal is actually of benefit to society at large.
Calum says, "Oh, the heart attack grill. Ah, yes, we
Detective
meant to
Phelps
go
of the
there when we
LAPD.
went to Vegas,
can I
but we
help,
never bothered to."
detective?
Your name would be a good start.
Dudley Lynch. Hired help. I run the place when the owner ain't around.
Well, it's another place,
Where is the
and
owner?
also
he stepped out.
the
Somebody had to take Lorna
they're
up.
famous for their
Mrs. Patterson home.
What can you tell me
their
about the accident?
feasts, their buffets.
Not a
Do you
lot.
have buffets in
It was busy in
Ireland,
here,
in the
all I heard was
UK,
the
Callum,
impact.
where you can all you can eat? That seems like a very American
So what was he
concept.
doing outside? It's against licensing regulations to drink on the sidewalk.
Lester and Lorna were having a fight.
Callum
The
says
owner
I
made
would
him take
probably
it
bet on
outside.
sports, but mainly MMA, as I'm good with my picks when it comes to that
Do
sport.
you know the victim?
Yeah. Lester Patterson.
Yeah, why not? You're
He's a regular
21.
here, or
Want to have
was.
fun, have a little flutter.
Not one of your favorite
Callum says, I think we
customers?
avoided it because of how huge the
Lester
meals
was
are.
special,
Also,
but
all the
not my
waitresses
kind of
dress up
special.
as sexy nurses.
Was Lester drinking
Okay.
alone?
So they have little
No.
like nurse
Came here
costumes
with his
on, and if
wife.
you don't finish your
He
meal,
didn't seem too interested in the booze, though.
they will smack you on the
Witness
bottom
overheard an argument.
in front of everyone.
Lester and Lorna. There's nothing like airing your dirty
Ritual
laundry in public, is
humiliation.
Why
But
was Lorna
some men
Patterson
enjoy
in
that.
such a hurry to
Some men
leave?
like that.
What is going on here?
there? Lorna was pretty upset, so Leroy took her home. Lorna and Leroy are close. They've been talking about opening a new bar.
Leroy.
Oh, interesting. Okay, this
Salvo,
case was inspired by the true story surrounding the death of J.D. Chitwood in 1944.
How long have
The information
Lorna
about the
and
real
Leroy been
case,
talking about this new bar?
it may also be
knows?
inspired by the
just served the
1944
drinks.
film Double Indemnity. It is not. I know that movie backwards and
Bartenders
forwards,
hear all sorts of
where
things.
the two
tell
protagonists
me, or
intend to
do we
kill
have to
off
start
the
playing
female
rough?
lead spouse to claim the
When Lester was
insurance money.
drinking, he treated
Yes, that's
Lorna like
true,
dirt.
but it's
He
not
gambled
based
away
on double
all their money.
indemnity.
Lorna pitched Leroy
The
the
case's
farm.
name may
I don't
be a
know how
Rockstar reference to Grand Theft Auto 3, where
Leroy doing
Fernando
well?
Martinez said while presenting
no.
his marriage guidance
The only thing keeping
that the
this place
union
afloat
between
is
a
the poker
husband and
games.
his bride is made in heaven. It is also possible,
your help,
this is
Lynch.
what I believe,
I'm
that
gonna
the
need you to
case's
sign a
name
statement with the
is
patrol.
intended to be ironic,
No problem.
referring to Lester and Lorna's
You get anything
less
out of the
than
regulars?
ideal marriage
They weren't giving too
situation.
much away. They liked watching Lester and Lorna go a few rounds every other day. And Lester was a fan of the love tap.
You catch all the good.
These people are vultures, officer.
I like that little hop Cole does.
Phelps, badge 1247.
This is what life was like before cell phones. And interestingly, there are no payphones in this game. You'd think there would be.
Cross-check possible Lincoln owners. Suspect vehicle is a
I
red
mean, you have these
Lincoln
like police phones, and you can use pretty much any phone in the game. But payphones were also very ubiquitous during this time period, and they're not smoking enough.
Thank you.
It was like Mad Men.
Looks like we caught a break on this one.
I knew it.
Callum says, wouldn't mind going to Hooters, though. I believe Hooters is out of business, Callum. I'm sorry to say. But, you know, all of Vegas is pretty much Hooters. I don't think you will,
So the wife was there.
I don't think you will suffer in the bath lady department.
So the wife was there when it happened, but then left the scene.
I don't know if it's possible
That's
to
pretty
have
unusual
a
behavior.
She could be in shock.
wholesome vacation in Las Vegas. It is Sin City. Imagine there are wholesome things to do there. I mean,
She could be in shock.
people live there. There's families.
Saw some people do some strange things in the war.
That YouTuber I was telling you about, Video Bob Mosley, he
Maybe she doesn't
you
give a
should
fuck.
check him out,
According to
Callum,
the
because he
patrons,
lives
they're
in
all bad
Vegas
with
and he
these
reviews a lot of the restaurants.
You don't think
Phelps, the guy was
Callum
run
says, I
over.
heard about that
So it
last
worked
year.
out
I
well
believe
for
it's
this
closed.
So what? Maybe she deserved to catch a
I
break.
don't think it survived COVID. Let's see, is Hooters bankrupt? Hooters.
I wouldn't feel safe in a tank with you driving.
Do I tell you how to drive?
No, they're still open. Let's see Hooters Vegas. Yes. Okay. Hooters Chicken Wings and Sports Bar in Las Vegas, Nevada. Closes at 2 a.m. It's on Tropicana Avenue.
Yes? Hello?
Mrs. Patterson?
Mama One is here.
This is
Everybody
Apple
say
husband?
hi to Mama One.
We're investigating the incident, ma'am.
And Papa One. Greetings, Mama One and Papa
Come
One.
in, won't you?
Now this lady, she's a dame. But Odog, are you watching? Are you paying attention? She's a very healthy girl. Reminds me of Karen.
Can you tell me
for
what
some
happened?
reason. Very healthy lady.
What's to tell?
But
He got hit by a
can't
car
really
and now he's dead.
can't really trust her. But I like
You
that
don't appear to be
scarf.
too
I
upset
like how they
about
wear
the
their hair in this game. But all the
Lester and I
ladies,
met
all
on
the female
furlough in
NPCs had their
44.
hair up
We got
and
married
back
that weekend.
like that.
People don't
Except for
understand it now,
Ilsa,
but that happened a lot back
who
then.
kind of does the same
I see.
thing, but it's
So you
down
probably
a
did
little
well to
bit.
stick it out this long.
Callum says,
What's that
"Hey,
supposed to
Mama
mean,
One and
mister?
Papa One, glad you both made it to the
I think
stream
it's
today.
about
I am
time,
also
Mama.
glad you made it
I have
into the
someone
stream,
here.
Mama One and
What
Papa
about
One."
you?
And Mama One says,
You're gonna
"Hey,
have to run
Callum,
that one by
good to
us
see
again,
you too."
sister.
Sadie's here. She's under
Okay, Lorna.
under the desk. Get back up.
I'm Leroy Sabo.
She
Well.
she had her
Nice to see
bath
you're
tonight,
comforting the grieving widow, Mr.
so she's a
Sabo.
clean girl.
All right, wise guy. Do you have any intelligent questions you would like me to answer?
Papa One, I had a question, a
confirm
further
Mrs.
question
Patterson's
on your
story.
Lester
on your
lost the
Shooty
cards.
Bang collection,
He
and
was
I
kinda
understand that
hard to
it's a
control when he
lifetime
lost his temper.
collection, you know.
Turned without looking and walked right out in front of the
Because
crowd.
I don't think I have 300 of anything.
good.
But my question is, do you display them,
Mrs. Patterson,
or
Mr.
are they
Sabo.
just all locked
We're
away in a gun
friends.
safe,
Good friends.
or
You expect me to believe that?
how are they like?
Look, I was filing
Are they
for
just
divorce.
around the
mental
house, but
cruelty.
do you have them up on the
Lester
walls?
could be a mean son of a bitch.
And Lester knew about
I
that?
knew.
No, I hadn't told him.
Well, hasn't
I was
this
in
worked
Mexico.
out well for the two of you?
I knew this.
I feel almost bad for busting in on this little rendezvous.
How do I explain this? I knew this young woman in Mexico City. Don't ask me what I was doing in Mexico City.
He walked straight.
But I was
past
there
it
and I met this young lady south of the border, down Mexico way. She took me to her
Gambling for
family
Lester was
home,
like the needle for a hotbed.
which was
He was yelling at
was
me,
a
he was
hacienda.
yelling at the
You
whole
know,
world.
she was like
I felt sorry
she
for
was
the driver.
she was
Poor guy had no chance.
she was from an old family, and her
You were arguing in the bar
her
and
father
on the sidewalk.
collected
We're
shooty
always
bangs,
arguing.
and he had
So
like a
what?
whole room of them, but antique ones. You know, he had like
Admit it, you were
flintlocks
baiting
and
him, pushing his
you
buttons.
know.
We can easily
but,
get
you
the
know,
full
it's
story
like
from the
he had a
regulars in the
suit of
bar.
armor. It was his. I believe it was like his office.
Lester was
But it
playing
was
cards out
gorgeous.
back.
Just wood
Lost, of
paneling,
course, and wanted that
shooty
game.
bangs all over
He
the walls,
suggested I earn the
couple
money on my
swords.
back to get a mistake.
was
That
pretty
was the
awesome.
proposition he was putting to his so-called buddies. So maybe I wasn't
Ah.
than usual. Let's just say I took exception.
Callum
to
says,
his
all
idea.
good here, Papa One, just chilling out, enjoying the
bartender
stream.
said that
And
you and
David says,
Leroy
I'm
were
good, my
planning
friend.
to go
Hope
into
you
business
are as
together.
well.
Can you explain how you'll get the money to do that?
I have a little money saved away.
You're being economical with the truth, Lorna.
You want to back
I
that
really
up, little man?
enjoyed this game. Took me a little bit to get into it.
You
But,
increased the premium on Lester's life insurance. GI insurance policies.
I'm glad we played it.
$10,000
I'm glad I'm
payout.
showing it
was
on
Leroy's
stream.
idea.
I'm glad I finished it.
Lester lived on the edge. He was always getting into fights, crap games.
And I'm going to
peanuts,
kind of
oh,
miss
you
it
name
now.
it.
I'm
Turns
glad
out
I
it
have
was good
to.
advice.
I do have to
Speaks to
redo a
motive
couple
and
missions.
premeditation.
Papa One says I displaced some of them
Hit and
like
run
my
detective.
percussion shooting bangs. Some
You
of
and
those
Mr.
were my
Sambo.
dad's. Some are from his
Interesting.
time in
sure we
WW2.
will,
Some are from
officer.
Vietnam. But I keep
Now, if
certain
you
ones
both
locked
just
up in our
leave.
office's den,
Leaving, ma'am.
where the
Sorry
others
for your
are.
loss.
Yeah, I
can see
assume
what
we've
a
got
tough
like
time
gun
you're
lock, shooty bang lockers. Those always look cool. They look heavy.
Operator, give me R&I.
And regrettably, we did this out of order.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
If you're wondering, I'm resting my arm. I'm resting this arm on a
there any
speaker. I
messages
don't
for
know
me?
if you can see it.
Just one
I'll try to
detective
show
from the
you.
coroner.
Let's see.
Message reads, Phelps, see me
Yeah,
at
see?
Central
There's a
Morgue
speaker.
immediately. Results of the Patterson autopsy.
Thanks for your help.
But when I buy the I'm going to buy like an extendable arm for the mic so I can lean back and you'll hear me. Papa One says, hidden throughout the house. Everyone who works for us is trusted and knows shooty bangs. If someone is scared of shooty bangs, they don't want to work with us. Ha ha! My dad had a thing for trophy shooty bangs and long guns and volcanics.
Careful!
Papa One says, and a bunch of other goods. He loved Lugers. Yeah, if I collected them, I would want a Colt 1911 from every conflict. So like a WW1, WW2, Korea, Vietnam. And also I would want a Peacemaker and a Navy. I like Colts. Samuel Colt, the great equalizer. It's interesting to me that feminists are so anti-shooty bang, anti-Second Amendment, when it's the great, it is literally the great equalizer, for a 90-pound woman versus a 180-pound man. And they just don't understand that. And I think it's interesting that all of these politicians who are against the local population owning shooty bangs is protected by
We can put the driver
a
in front
circle
judge in
of
less than a
men
week.
with
You're
shooty
making a big
bangs.
mistake.
Run that by me again?
What's that about?
The victim was dead before the car hit him.
Papa One says, I don't use the percussions too much. That's black powder, right? Yeah, I'd also like something from the Civil War era.
You're kidding me.
They are fun but a pain to reload and honestly a little too antique for me. I'd rather shoot a Schofield or Peacekeeper than a Colt Dragoon or Walker. I like the sound of a Colt Dragoon.
Murder one. We were right there and they tried to stare us
But I
down.
don't know if I know that.
Now they'll both get the gas.
Look that up.
We have the knife, we have the coroner's report, and I bet we could roll Sabo as a witness. Let's bring her in.
1848. Oh, I do know that. The 1848 Percussion Army. They are relatively cheap, unless they're still making them. But I'm seeing prices for $500.
Are you?
That must be a repro. The Milliken Colt Dragoon shooty bang, owned by Colonel John Milliken, who was canceled in 1862 during the Civil War, sold for $1.66 million.
Why don't
Effective
you use the
firing
siren?
range 80 yards, muzzle velocity 850 to 1,200 feet per second.
Open your eyes.
Mom wants says they are replica.
Left and left
Yeah,
and left
that
and left
sounds
again, and I'm right.
didn't sound right. Like for a gun from 1840. Oh, sorry, algorithm from 1848. We're doing this out of order, regrettably. We should have done this chase first. I think we messed it up. We whiffed it. I whiffed most of the chases. I take turns too fast. Tony says, I'll stick to super soakers. And Callum says, at least they are keeping the streets clean, Tony. Papa One says, my dad and mom always told my sister that whoever said the pen is mightier than the sword never had someone pull a shooty bang.
Yes.
I agree, Papa One.
We've got witnesses who can
And Mama
put
One
this
says, a
car at
couple
the
of
scene.
Papa Ones
Not to
were
mention the
used during the
physical
Civil
damage.
War through the Wild
This is
West
open and
era.
shut, Sheldon.
Yeah, that's... I love American history. And I just like the idea of holding
We
a
have the
piece
knife,
of
we have
American
the coroner's
history
report, and I bet we could roll Sabo as a witness.
like that.
Let's bring her in.
That coward thinks he can run from everything.
Like, I have silver dollars from 1899. I was collecting silver for a while. Actually, I can show you that. Algorithm doesn't mind me showing that. Hold on. Here, come back. I need you to hold up. I need you to host the stream. Okay?
No wonder he killed someone driving like this.
Wait. Okay. Talk to Sadie.
Don't let that asshole get away.
Good girl. Okay. Hope she kept the stream in line. Good girl. Okay, so I have these American silver dollars. See that? They're all from 1899.
He's heading into the station. Go on, get after
Where is
him.
it? There it is.
All right, I give up.
And I started
How's the
collecting
vehicular
these
manslaughter rap sound,
during
Sheldon?
COVID.
I hit him. I admit it. I
And
just panicked, but it wasn't my fault.
you know,
What do you
because
mean?
they're from the same time
guy jumped
period
right out in
as
front
the
of me.
game.
He came
And
out
it's
of
just
nowhere.
fun to hold them. It's
There's
fun to have like
nothing
a
I could do
tangible
about it.
piece of
Why didn't you
history.
stop?
And
accidents before.
1899 is significant
That's
to
it.
me.
We're done here. The DA is gonna love you.
They weren't all my fault.
Papa One says,
surveyor.
Tony, firearms are
I need my
wonderful
license for
things.
my
Just
job.
remember, it's the person behind
around, a
the
woman
shooty
and a man
bang
were
that you
standing
must
right
worry
next to
about.
him. I thought they could get
And
him to a
Papa One says,
hospital.
my mom's great-grandfather
it's not my
passed down
fault.
his
The
Colt
guy is
Walker in
dead.
Patterson through the family. My dad
Can't
got
be
drunk
serious.
with my uncle who
William
pawned
Shelton,
them,
you're coming
found out
downtown. We need
what
to
he
talk
did
about a
and went and
manslaughter
bought them
charge.
and never said a word.
So, initial report came back. with
Yeah,
an
you got to
ID on
keep
our
him in the
victim,
family.
Lester D. Pattison of 182
They're part of
North
your
Third Street.
history.
Captain wants us there double quick.
Really thought we could make that.
Now look what you've done!
I love Cole's complete disregard
You don't
for
care who gets in your way,
traffic.
do you?
It was really the only way we could personalize the game.
Goddamn maniac!
Mama One, what's for dinner? David's having tostadas. Callum, what did you have? Irish soda bread? And, shepherd's pie? And a pint of Guinness?
Watch
And
it!
fish and chips? What else do you guys eat over there? I would like to, if I ever go to Scotland, I do want to try a deep fried Mars bar. I just wonder what that would be like.
Spoken to the coroner.
Callum says some good driving today, Antonio, compared to last time. Yes,
We'd like you to
well,
come
that's
downtown
because
and answer some questions.
I had to redo this mission, and
It wasn't me.
this gameplay that you're
It was
watching is
Leroy's
very
idea.
fresh. It's
Leroy
from this
stabbed him. I
morning.
had nothing to do with it.
Where is Leroy now?
But no worries.
He's in the bedroom.
We're also doing the next
Very
mission,
good,
and
Laura. Put the gun down.
that will be
Leroy,
back to
if you do something
Cole's
stupid now, you don't stand a
regularly
chance in front of
scheduled
Nice of you to give me
style
up,
of driving.
sweetheart. All that whispering in
Callum
my
said
ear
I had
telling me
spaghetti
how we
for
had to
dinner
get
and
rid of
garlic
them,
bread,
how good it could
and
be,
love
all
me
the
some
money
fish
we
and
could
chips. I do
claim,
too. I
all
can't
that
think of the last
planning,
time I had fish
how
and
to get
chips.
him into the street, how to make it look like an accident.
For God's sake,
You had
Leroy,
all
shut
I am
up.
going to the
bases covered,
Cheesecake Factory
baby.
tomorrow
to do
with
You
with
the
think I'm
family,
gonna fry for
but
you,
I don't think
Lazy
we'll have.
man.
I will
Shoot
have
him.
fish and chips there.
Shoot him, for God's sake!
It's too late, Sabo.
I'll probably have a hamburger unless they have something new. But I don't have the only time I have hamburgers is at the Cheesecake Factory. They have a really good hamburger
Sabo, stop
one.
or I will shoot.
Never able to get him to stop. Mama one says dinner was fried rabbit, fresh homemade fries with Amish grown potatoes. I made homemade strawberry milkshakes and some cookies. We had a delayed day, so tomorrow's meal is going to be big, lol. As opposed to today's meal. Took a
You
hostage.
stay back! I'll ice this one, I don't care.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Cole says that a lot. How long do you think you can hold out?
Help me!
Callum, yeah. Lorna's gone. But she set him up.
You look spooked, Phelps.
She played him. That's what happens
You've
to
been under fire
dames.
before.
Never gets any easier, Bukowski.
I like how Jack calls all the ladies princess. So yeah, I finished the game, and I like the ending. Cole did have to atone for his
So I give you a hit
for
and
his
run.
sins
You bring me back fraud,
during the war.
conspiracy, and first-degree murder.
And
This is how a good
I
detective
like
operates,
how
Phelps.
the
You take
game,
nothing
the
at face
plot
value.
implies
You keep
that
digging and asking questions until you
that
get
there
to the
could be an
truth.
LA Noire 2
You got
with
some sharp elbows
Kelso,
on you, detective. I
even though
like
there
that.
never was.
Keep up the good work.
and that Jack Kelso is who you graduate to. What kind of vehicle damage did we have? $3,000. City damage was $1,000. Distinguished. Yeah, I want to get that city damage up as far as we can go. Like, can we get $1 million in city damage? Can we just drive around and knock over every street light, smash every car we can find, and still do the mission so we can see how it tallies up. I'm going to do that.
Go on.
Papa says, as someone who was born back in the 40s and the 50s, the fact that the cop said stop or I'll issue you police police brutality makes me laugh. At least growing up in Texas, they didn't play games. Yeah, they shouldn't here, but they allude to it. They talk about the Hat Squad. I know about the Hat Squad. Captain Donnelly is always like, I'll take care of this fiend personally, and they just show him, you know, they show him like massaging his knuckles after loosening up a suspect. We're not allowed to, but it's implied that everyone's doing it. Papa One says, we all answer for sins committed in war, Super Antonio. The key is to delay it till you can't no more. Yeah, I don't know if you played this game or finished it, but has it really... I mean, it has the ending it has to have. For Cole. And Callum says, is the final mission coming up the final mission of the game or of the stream? Callum. I believe we'll be going... Let me check. Yeah, we've got about 15 more minutes. We're going to do half of a slip of the tongue. And then you guys can hang out.
They're calling her the Dahlia now. Wonder what Veronica Lake makes of that one.
What a case. You hear whether they're making any progress?
Well, Captain Donnelly seems to think they have it all wrapped up.
I could do,
Brown and
maybe
Green
we'll
are sweating
redo this
Manley
mission.
character.
It says
I heard
here
it'll
you
be
can
in front of
free
a grand
roam
jury
with
by next week.
shooting bangs in this case. After Cliff Harrison is stopped by uniformed backup or his car is destroyed, Brukowski will request a patrol unit get out of his car and hold Harrison at a shooting bang point. If Phelps gets out of the car, he will take his Colt M1911 out at this point, and if far away enough from the car, can freely fire. This allows him to explore certain areas not normally accessible, where instead of trying to open doors but finding them locked, he will be able to kick them down. Interesting.
That's the car, Cole. Just pulling out of the drive.
Counts as of the game. Sorry. Yeah, we will do the
Remember, we need them healthy enough
final
to
mission.
answer questions.
We'll be live streamed at some
Detective
point,
Phelps,
probably
requesting
during
immediate
Christmas at the
backup
rate we're
in
doing.
pursuit of a stolen
We're doing like
green
2.5,
Kaiser
3
Fraser
missions
from 6 West 2nd Street.
per live stream, and we're still in traffic. Haven't even made it to homicide. Tom says, Mama One, did you like Hitman Absolution?
Lay into his wheel arches.
And Mama One says, if you get Hitman 3, you automatically get Hitman 1 and 2. I'll watch some gameplay, Mama One. We'll see about it.
Enough games, Phelps.
Mama One
Take
says,
this
Callum,
guy
I only
out.
played the World of Assassination Trilogy 2016 through 2021.
Give yourself up! Now!
He was already stopped for us, but why not make it a little more dramatic?
I'll call it in.
And then the controls got really wonky.
Put your hands
I
where I
didn't
can
like
see
control
them.
the camera angle.
Why did you run from us?
I saw a big car in my rearview
This
mirror with two
dope.
tough guys bearing down on me. What would you do?
What's your name?
Cliff Harrison.
You're under arrest.
Callum says you should try Hitman Absolution if you ever think of trying a new game. I played it when I was younger, really enjoyed it. I'd say it was one of the hardest games out of the series that I played.
Looks like we'll have some questions for the people at Coombs Automotive. You purchased this car from Coombs Automotive Company?
Yeah, that's right.
The car is on our list as stolen. We have you cold. It's time to come clean.
You're crazy. I paid good money
Mom
for
once
this
says,
car.
I never figured I would be able to play video games when I was a young woman. Pinball machines and cigarette machines were the peak of gaming.
You expect us to believe you.
Is that so much
Yeah,
to ask?
Who did you deal with at
video
Coombs
games.
The owner,
I guess
Richard
Pong and
Coombs.
Tetris. Those came out in the 70s, I believe.
Either you stole the car from
That was
Coombs
the
or
start.
you're delivering stolen merchandise for him. Which is it?
Do you have any proof of what you're saying?
Then Nintendo came along,
I'm studying
Donkey
law,
Kong,
detective.
Mario,
I'd advise you to do the same before
and
you
then
make
it
any more of
just
these ridiculous
exploded
claims.
from there. Now it's a billion-dollar industry.
You could make
Bigger
this
than
easy on yourself, Harrison.
TV and
I haven't done anything wrong, and you
and
know it.
movies
don't stop now,
combined.
pal.
And
Keeping
I think
stum
it is
just makes us like you more for this.
it's the ultimate in entertainment because you can play as the character.
You
You
know who my
can
father
insert
is?
yourself into
need to get
the
to Coombs
into the
Auto and check
story.
out Harrison's
And you can
story.
control the story to some extent and sometimes a large extent. But of course, like mainstream entertainment is going to try to make this
Some of the most convincing people
unattractive
you
and
will ever
nerdy
listen to are
and
born liars.
something for kids.
Usually they're called
because they're
politicians.
threatened by it. David says, we used to walk a mile to Sears to play Pong. In the
Paperwork
snow.
looked above board, and he seemed like a clean-cut kid.
Uh-huh. I get it now. You see some kid who's basically you 5 years ago and assume he's got to be innocent.
I'm more than happy to be proved wrong.
Hey,
Papa
if he'd
once
been
says, my
black
son
or
got Mama
Hispanic,
one
you'd be
into
singing
gaming.
a different tune.
When I didn't
You
think my
spout all
wife
this
could be
communist
any
crap
greater
about
when
treating
my son
everybody
was
the same,
born, she was
but it only
amazing.
works
She
one
held
way.
my son,
I'm
my
not sure
mother,
that's
our
communism.
farm and friends together
Oh,
after my dad
please.
died.
Not another history
Yeah, she's a
lesson from
strong
man
woman.
who
We're all lucky
single-handedly won the war.
to know her, even in the chat.
Yes, I feel much better.
Callum says, I like cooking
Shake
as
down the
well.
car
It's
dealer
fun to
and
do
take
as
it
it
from
helps me for
You
when
know,
I'm
this
older,
isn't
as
a
most people
tank,
my age
folks.
still burn toast. There's lots of cooking tutorials on
Yes,
YouTube.
I feel
Callum.
much better now.
YouTube is a great
Shake down the
resource.
car dealer and
You can learn pretty much anything you want.
Try making it to the
There's
next
college
intersection without killing
lectures
anybody.
on YouTube.
Can you do that for me?
David says uphill both ways in 100-degree weather, all to play Pong.
Yes,
Well, now you have a
I
lovely
feel much better now.
PS4,
Shake down the car dealer and take it
or
from
did you
there.
get a PS5?
Unless his
Are you
daddy
Team
plays golf,
PS5 yet?
yours, of course. In which case, we'll give him a firm gentleman's handshake and be on our way.
See? I knew you were.
Are you blind?
I used to love playing
at the next
Tetris.
junction,
I was
you
really
shut your
good at it.
trap.
Papa once says, I truly don't deserve her. Everyone looked for me to pick up Dad's position. I hit the bottle and let my PTSD run my life again. My dad was my rock. Even as a grown man, I could cry and talk about. David says, not yet. You'll probably get yours before I do. But I'm thinking, for me, like February-ish. That sounds about, next year sometime. Next quarter. Callum says, my mom mostly helped me cook. I know how to make a Sunday roast, which was hard at first, but I got the hang of it. And David says, Dr. Mario was fun. This goofball, this joker, walk this way.
Not another step. I have got a Buick Century sedan that would be absolutely perfect for you.
David says, yeah, not till I go back to work.
Detective Phelps,
Yeah, I got a
LAPD,
bunch
are
I
you the
want to
owner?
get
That's
before
right.
before I get
Richard
the
Coombs
PS5.
at your service.
There's at least
You looking
2
to trade in a
watches
black
I'm
and
looking
white,
at that I
boys?
want.
Mr. Coombs, we're
That I'd rather
investigating
have.
auto theft. A man by the name of Cliff Harrison claims he bought the car here.
Papa one
some
says,
people
friends.
would say that my cars are a steal.
Okay, my dad,
That's a joke,
even as a grown man, I could cry and talk
amusing,
about my friends that didn't
remember
make
Harrison.
it. He never judged me, whereas the VA gave me a young kid born after Vietnam and thought it could be turned off. Mama One became my rock instead. She made me stop drinking.
That's a joke too, son.
Phelps, you mind if I shoot this guy?
Yeah,
He's getting
she's
on
a
my
good
nerves.
woman, Papa One. You're very lucky, and we're all lucky to have known her. And to have her here in the chat. In the short time both of you have been here, you've added so much to the chat and this community. She made me stop drinking and live for her and my son, Papa One continues. Sorry for the rant, but I truly don't deserve Mama One. She could have had anyone and anything she wanted, but she chose me, and I thank God every day for her. Very well said, Papa One. Callum says, what was everyone's favorite home-cooked meal as a kid? Mine was mashed potatoes, vegetables, and any kind of meat. I loved grilled cheese sandwiches. And pizza, of course. California rolls. That's like American Japanese sushi. I still like California rolls, but I don't think I've had one. I can't even remember the last time I've had one.
Here it is. Got the original pink slip there too.
Here's some clues. There's the pink slip.
Gene Archer.
Yeah, this is just
146
this is
North Fremont
technically
Avenue.
Grand Theft Auto. Callum says, everyone deserves a rant, Papa One. You're a lucky man and it brings a smile to my face how strong your love is for each other. Mine too, Callum. I agree. Papa One says, I can still drink now, mainly beer, but I got really heavy into liquor. I would get so drunk.
Shoot.
My son would ask Mama One, why is Daddy so
Can
sad?
you tell us how you came to buy
Then
the
she
car?
would got into
Girl
Ms.
just wandered
Grimshaw
in right
mode
off the
and made me
street.
do it right. Callum says, I like grilled cheese. They hit the
Nothing
spot.
unusual about the car.
Not really my usual type of vehicle. The price was certainly right, though. Nice girl, but about as sharp as a bag of wet mice.
Did you pay with check or
Yeah,
cash?
that's one of my favorite
check.
childhood
She
memories.
wanted it
You know,
made
it's
out
like
of cash, but I insisted. Man has to watch his
you know,
cash flow.
my mother
Okay.
was Japanese.
I made it
My
out
father
to
was
Gene Archer on the Bank of Arcadia.
Filipino, and so I was raised in an Asian household.
described
You know,
as Gene
in,
Archer?
in you know, but going to
Brunette,
American schools, and I,
maybe
you know, like an American
25,
friend,
26.
even though I'm an
Little on the
American as
plump
well,
side, but not bone ugly.
a white friend. And I went over to his house for
What was
lunch
your
one
impression
time,
of her?
and his mom made us grilled
Kind
cheese
of harried and
sandwiches. You know, like a
harassed,
typical,
in a hurry to go somewhere, but no
you
place
know,
to go. You get
just
to know.
white person cuisine, I guess. And it was the most delicious
When
thing
exactly
I
did
ever
you
had.
end up
I'd
with
ever
Jack,
had.
Mr. Combs?
And and so I asked my mom
Friday.
to make me one, and she, you know, it's like
Why didn't
she
you pay
was
her
like
cash?
making,
You knew the car was dirty.
you know, rice,
I had an
steamed
inkling.
rice. She
When
had
people
no
are in a
idea how
hurry
to
for
do
money,
it, so
always
she
pay by
called
check, son.
that
Gives you a couple
friend's
days to
mom
back out.
and had her explain
This
over the
was all
phone how to
above
make
board.
it. You know, and it's of
Yes.
course the simplest thing
course
in the
it
world
was.
to do, but not if you've never done it before.
Did this look legitimate
And,
to you,
um,
Coombs?
And
I'm a
I've always
used cars, son,
I've always
not
liked
bearer
that. You know,
bonds.
it's like
In
you'll
my
do
business,
anything
you
for
don't
your
look a gift
kids.
horse in the mouth. Now don't come on
And,
all high and mighty with me if you
Yeah,
want my help.
that's just one of my favorite memories
Thanks
of
for your
her.
help, Mr. Coombs. We need to continue the investigation.
And I
Hope you
wish
sort
I'd
out your problem
gotten a
with Mr.
chance to
Harrison.
thank her.
Go easy on him, son.
Don't worry, I'm not
He's
going
got
to
a sharp
tear up.
bowling ball. He's built too low.
I'm not going to get all
Fastball's
girly on
fly
you.
over his head.
I'm over it.
Let me shoot
Not
this
over
guy,
it.
please.
You have a pleasant day.
But it's not that emotional. Cloudy's here. Cloudy says, howdy, y'all. And David says, Cloudy with a chance of cloud emoticons.
Did you double check?
Callum says,
Who's it made
hey,
out of?
Cloudy, good to see a friend. And Callum says, what was for dinner, David? David's not having dinner yet. Chrissy is making it. And it is tostadas, I think. It's Yes, David says tostadas. Tostadas are essentially Mexican grilled cheese sandwiches.
Request an APB on
Papa One says, I'm spending all my next lives searching for my Mama One. And Papa One says, hey, Cloudy. And Mama One also says, hey, Cloudy. Pup. Stay here, socialize, enjoy the chat. All these people are here to see you, not me.
11K, go ahead.
David says, already 8. Now I'm hungry. Tom says, they sound good, Chrissy. They sound good. Chrissy sure knows how to cook up something good every night.
Here's a chicken and egg question for you. Do you think you have to be an asshole to sell cars?
I missed that.
Or that selling cars turns you into an asshole?
But I do like eating whatever I want and exactly what I want and not having to compromise.
Empty. Should have known that.
Cloudy says, I opened YouTube and the first thing I saw was a bath lady video review. What the heck? LOL.
We should go to the station, see what this Belasco guy has to say.
Bath lady video review. Are you talking
I've always
about...
got it in for car salesmen. Doesn't matter what day it is. And why do they always think they're comedians?
Are you talking about bath ladies in the broader sense?
They are, the
like the algorithm gave you
get the hell out of.
I can't think of it. It's like something that rhymes with corn. Anyways, yeah, the algorithm is interesting. David, Papa One says, David, how's your diet coming along? Are you still as strict? And are you getting better? David says, diet has eased up, just low salt, and I get a cheat meal every 2 weeks or so. Mama One says, Cloudy, your algorithm is wild. LOL. The last mission in Homicide is a wild goose chase across Los Angeles to all the landmarks
People
that
might move out of the
may
way
or may
quicker
not
if
have
we use
discovered.
the siren.
And while I was researching the map for that last mission of Homicide, not the last mission of the game, there were a lot of question marks on the map that were cars for you to discover. And I did not discover any of those cars. I just didn't have time, but maybe I'll go back.
Can we try to get there in one piece?
Papa One says, so I take it lean meat and fish. Are you a big fan of fish? My mom used to make several fish recipes for Dad when he had his diet. I'll look for them and send them to you if you would like. And Callum says, I went down on the salt also, David. I used to have it with mostly every meal, but it does pack the pounds on, so I have it less now also. And David says, blood pressure and sugar are in line. Oh, that's good news, David. And Cloudy says, I didn't watch it, Mama One, I swear. Well, yeah, that's the algorithm for you. David says, send them fish recipes, and Super Antonio has my email. Yeah, you can email me at... What's my email for this darn channel? I think it's at redsuperantonio@gmail.com. Red Super Antonio, as opposed to Red Dead Super Antonio. And I'll forward your message. Let me check to make sure.
I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
I know I should know. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it is dead. It is Red Dead Super Antonio at gmail.com.
James Belasco?
I want a lawyer. It's my car and I got the proof.
Mom
right
wants
here.
to
Take a look for
sound
yourself.
just what my son would say. Then the next thing is, since he watched bath lady reviews.
The paper is real enough, Belasco, but the car isn't yours. This pink slip.
Yeah, that bath lady experience that we had walking, I'm going to cut that and make it into a video for the larger audience. I was kind of working on it today
Blow it off, greenhorn. You'll get
because it was just funny. It was funny to me.
You're a two-time loser.
But I was thinking I would put Amaranth in the thumbnail.
You're looking at 10 years, Belasco. Kiss your youth
Because
goodbye.
she's usually good for clicks and views, so it would make it a little clickbaity, but it'll be funny. And if you don't know who Amaranth is,
My job is to
don't
drive
worry
the cars
about
out
it.
of
But
state.
she's probably the most
Nevada,
famous
Arizona,
bath
sometimes New
lady
Mexico.
on Twitch and
Paperwork they
YouTube.
provide is normally a breeze.
Definitely a
Does the name
millionaire,
Jean
if not
Archer
making a
mean
million a
anything to
month.
you? Nope. Never heard of her.
David says, I like all fish. David,
So
all
she
fish
doesn't
like
steal
you.
cars?
Look, I know plenty
Papa
of
One says, I will look through my mom's old recipes and find them in the morning. Mama One has them around.
What happens
I'll
to
send
the
a bunch
cars
of them
once
so you
they
can
cross over the state line?
have some variety if you don't like certain types of fish. My favorite fish is salmon,
Lying.
personally.
You deliver the cars here in LA.
Papa One says, my dad
did
loved
any
fish
more than he
since he
guessed
couldn't have his red meat. He also ate a lot of venison and rabbit. But he stuck things in often,
tried to be
aka
helpful,
begged
but you
Mama
gotta get treated.
wanted to fry him a
I'm not sure
rabbit
I like you.
when my mom would leave the house.
You had a chance to cooperate, Belasco. See you in 10 years when you get out.
Yeah, see, this is an old mission we
You had
messed
Cliff
up.
Harrison booked for GTA.
Yes, I am. Look, can we
Ray
do the-
Pinker, I'm with Technical Services. Listen, he had a pink slip for the car.
Ray
I
Pinker.
just finished looking it over, and it's real.
Yes, we know that.
Absolutely. There's only one company that prints pink slips in California. The Marquee
Also,
Printing Company.
not complaining,
Confirmed that
merely
the
an
numbers are legit.
observation.
You've checked them out?
There are
Sure.
no African
They're on
American
Aliso Street,
police
near the corner of
officers
San
in
Pedro.
1947.
The guy I spoke to
Maybe a
was
beat
Lightfall,
cop.
Gordon
But
Lightfall.
if they ever remade this game,
down.
this
Thanks, Ray.
would
This is
definitely
great
be
lead.
changed.
We'll get down there as soon as we can.
Apologies to O-Dog, but that's just history. Can't change history. That, my friends, is about all I have for you tonight. David says, Chrissy made some great cod with lemon the other night. I like cod with lemon. I want cod with lemon. It's not fair. Here's a driving video for you. Yeah. Really appreciate all of you. Tomorrow will be a review of a Kurt Russell Western horror movie called Bone Tomahawk. Shout out to the mods, David and Chrissy and Papa One and Mama and O-Dog. Appreciate you, friend. Appreciate all of you. Absent friends, Marco and Miko and Serena, of course. We shall return tomorrow. Like and subscribe. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, friends. See you soon.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist. You're covered, Phelps.
You're pretty brave for a dead man.
Stay in cover. Move.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information. Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie."
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strong man, a wrestler or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Any of the vicinity officer needs assistance, 1825 North Highland Avenue, 1825 North Highland Avenue. Unit to handle code 2 identified.
We caught up with Mal. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
You look like you were a big pain in the neck. Now I have a much lower opinion of you.
So you and Rusty have been having discussions. Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes.
I hope you got some money saved up.
Thanks.
You're paying for every last scratch.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps. A hopped-up model, a cat, and a circus freak.
You idiot!
Fairy tales of the rich and famous.
More like pathetic tales of the desperate to be rich and famous. Junkie Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Arnett, LeBlanc, and Willie.
Don't you go putting the pieces together again before they fit, Phelps. Listen to your old pal Rusty. Or should I say Finbar?
I wouldn't call him that if I were you.
What do you care? It doesn't sound like you're the top of his Christmas card list.
He gives everyone a hard time. That's just how he is.
Whatever gets you through the day, Cole.
What the hell? This car cost me a fortune, you moron.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man, if you are returning 43 pieces of my property?
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
That terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.